Tuia, ui a mai rā koutou tātou I roto I tēnei pō. Kia ora tātou, Che Wilson here from Te Paepae Waho, connecting to you tonight through a number of different platforms. And tonight we're going to talk about the Tīwaiwaka. You might hear a bit of bounce in my voice because I'm home. First time I've been home since Easter, so it's really nice to be home. Just got home tonight, and it's been interesting time. Like as I said last week, when I talked about the umu kōtuku, the night bitten, the nankeen, which comes from Tasmania. And tonight we're going to talk about the Tīwaiwaka. And what I was thinking about is I'm wearing Waikiriko here, which has got a Tīwaiwaka on their emblem, which is a fermented tea, generally known as kombucha, but they call it fermented tea because they didn't want to take an indigenous term and misuse it. And it's a beautiful product based here in Hamilton. And so since I was wearing the t-shirt, I thought I'd promote that and talk about the Tīwaiwaka. And the Tīwaiwaka, which is the fantail, and I forget which New Zealand bill it used to be on back in the old days, and I think it's still on one of our dollar notes today. But the Tīwaiwaka often gets a bit of grief. And when I think about it, Tīwaiwaka is a really cool bird. It gets grief because of some things that I'll talk about soon. But it's a really cool bird in the fact that it's a dancing bird. And it flitters here, there, and everywhere. And let's just get straight into the kōrero. So the first kōrero we'll be talking about tonight is Parepare mai rā koe te Tīwaiwaka I te Paepae o te tautara. This is a phrase within the waiata kiko, and kiko became famous through Queen Vic, Māori girls, and Sonny Abraham shared that with Queen Vic. He was given the permission by my koro Paul to share that waiata of ours. And Parepare mai rā koe te Tīwaiwaka I te Paepae o te tautara. What that talks about is the fact that the Tīwaiwaka is out flitting around, creating a barrier to protect people, and will go to the extremities of an area to ensure that protection is there for people before he then lands on a specific perch to ensure that he can keep watch like a sentinel. And so that's one role of the Tīwaiwaka. And I think that's quite an important role because you always need those people out watching, out on guard to ensure things are protected. And not just literally protected, but ensuring that somebody's always got your back. And the Tīwaiwaka is really good for that. Another kōrero, the second kōrero, is Etia no he Tīwaiwaka, which can either be a derogatory term or a compliment. And it all depends on context. So Etia no he Tīwaiwaka it's as if you're like a Tīwaiwaka, where you're never still, you're always moving and jumping from one thing to another without completing. That's the derogatory term. The positive one, Etia no he Tīwaiwaka, is that they are so busy, they get shit done. And so it can then be a compliment. And because there's the old adage that says, give a job to a busy person because they'll get it done. And so that's a bit about the Tīwaiwaka. And the final thing I want to talk about the Tīwaiwaka is it's got a beautiful remu, that beautiful fan. That remu is stunning. And as I think about my Tīwaiwaka over there on my desk, but I think about a kaupapa that's currently gaining legs, and it's called Tīwaiwaka. It's a movement. And that movement, Tīwaiwaka.nz, is a movement being led by Pa McGowan. Anybody in the rongoa space and the conservation space will probably know Pa McGowan, and it's his gift back to the people that taught him, where he's asking people to be more aware of nature and how we protect it. And he's called it Tīwaiwaka because of the gems of the bird that is the Tīwaiwaka. Because where you see the Tīwaiwaka and you see it flitting around, that means that there's life in those places. And so the more we see Tīwaiwaka is a good sign of good health of a place. Kāti ake, that's me for tonight. Nice to be back home. Tēnā koutou, rire, rire hau. Pai mā rire.